Have you ever wondered why the relationships that never fully happened, or the ones that ended abruptly, haunt us the most? Why does that almost love, that unfinished story, stick in our minds more than the ones that actually played out? Psychologists have a name for this, and once you understand it, you'll never look at love the same way again. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. In the 1920s, a Russian psychologist named Zeigarnik noticed something strange. Waiters in Vienna could perfectly remember every unpaid order, but the moment the bill was settled, the memory faded. Later experiments showed the same thing. People recalled interrupted tasks nearly twice as well as completed ones. Why? Because the brain hates loose ends, clings to unfinished business like a song stuck on repeat. Now imagine what happens when love becomes that unfinished business. Think about the ex who ghosted you, the relationship that never got closure, the one where you still ask yourself, what if? Your brain doesn't just file it away and move on. It replays it again and again, demanding resolution that never comes. And here's the shocking part. Studies show people ruminate 60% more on unresolved relationships than on those with closure. Unfinished love isn't just remembered. It's remembered more vividly, almost obsessively. But why? Why does your brain torment you with the memory of someone who's no longer there? There are 3 powerful reasons. First, cognitive tension. When something is incomplete, your mind keeps searching for the missing piece, like an unfinished puzzle. In love, that puzzle might be a conversation never had, an explanation never given, a goodbye that never came. Second, idealization. When a relationship is cut short, we often romanticize it. We fill the empty spaces with fantasy, imagining what could have been, not what really was. Psychologists say unfinished love often feels more perfect because it was never tested by reality. And third, emotional investment left hanging. Every laugh, every secret, every plan created emotional energy. When that's cut off, the energy has nowhere to go, so it just circles endlessly in your mind. This is why ghosting feels so brutal. When someone disappears without warning, they don't just leave your life, they leave your brain trapped in an unresolved story loop. That's the Zeigarnik effect in its cruelest form, and it doesn't just haunt breakups. Even in ongoing relationships, unresolved arguments or unspoken feelings replay like broken records. Dr. John Gottman, one of the leading researchers on love, found that unprocessed conflicts accumulate like pebbles in a chute, tiny, constant irritations that eventually erode trust and intimacy. Here's something even more fascinating. The Zeigarnik effect explains why we sometimes obsess over short, fleeting romances more than long relationships. That person you dated briefly but never really got to know. They linger in your head not because they were the one, but because your story with them was left incomplete. So the real question is, how do we break free? How do we escape the grip of unfinished love? The answer isn't always about getting closure from them. Sometimes closure has to come from you. Start by acknowledging what's unresolved. Write down the questions, the feelings, the loose ends. Don't pretend they're not there. Next, accept the ambiguity. You may never get their answers, but you can choose to stop waiting for them. And finally, create your own ending. Write a letter, whether you send it or not, saying everything unsaid, or imagine a final conversation and close it in your own mind. Psychologists call this self-closure, and it works. Because here, the truth. The Zeigarnik effect shows us that unfinished love will stick around until we choose to finish the story ourselves. So if you find yourself haunted by a relationship that never had an ending down T, let it control you. Understand it, rewrite it, and set yourself free.